Disneyland in California and Disney World in Florida offer completely different experiences for Australian travellers, and your choice could make or break your once-in-a-lifetime Disney vacation. These are not just different theme parks. They are fundamentally different experiences that will challenge everything you think you know about Disney magic. Let's start with the numbers that matter most to Australians. From Sydney, you are looking at a 13-hour, 45-minute direct flight to Los Angeles for Disneyland, with carriers like Qantas or Virgin Australia. That's manageable. One long-haul flight and you are there. But Disney World in Orlando? You are facing over 21 hours of travel time with at least one connection, usually through Los Angeles or Dallas. That is nearly an entire day just getting there. This travel time difference is not just about comfort, it is about your entire vacation strategy. When you land in Los Angeles after that 13-hour flight, you are 50 kilometers from Disneyland. A quick ride and you are walking down Main Street, USA. But when you finally reach Orlando after 21 hours of airports and connections, you have lost almost a full day of your precious vacation time. Here is where things get interesting though. That extra travel time to Florida might actually be worth it, depending on what kind of Disney experience you are after. Walt Disney World spans an incredible 25,000 acres, roughly the size of San Francisco. To put this in perspective, you could fit 51 Disneylands inside Disney World. Disneyland covers just 480 acres, less than 1 square mile. This size difference translates into completely different vacation experiences. Disney World offers 4 theme parks: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, plus 2 water parks, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Disneyland Resort has 2 theme parks, the original Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure. The question becomes, do you want depth or breadth? At Disneyland, you can experience everything in about 4 days. The 2 parks are literally opposite each other across a small plaza. You can walk between them in about a minute. Everything feels compact, walkable, and manageable. There is something beautifully intimate about Disneyland. It is the only Disney park that Walt Disney himself actually walked through and experienced. Disney World requires a full transportation system to navigate, though. We are talking buses, boats, monorails, and the Disney Skyliner gondola system. The scale is so massive that most visitors find a full 7-day vacation leaves them fulfilled, but still missing things. It is the difference between a concentrated Disney experience and a fully immersive Disney universe. Now, let's talk money, because this is where many Australian families make their decision. With the Australian dollar typically sitting around 65 to 70 cents to the US dollar, these costs hit differently for our wallets. For 2025, single-day prices at Disney World range from $119 to $199, not including the 6.5% sales tax. But here's the kicker. In 2026, peak single-day tickets will jump to $209, breaking the $200 barrier for the first time in Disney history. Disneyland's single-day tickets range from $104 to $224, with that peak price representing an 8.7% increase for 2025. Single-day tickets do not tell the whole story though. Most Australians are planning multi-day visits, and this is where the economics get interesting. A 4-day base ticket at Disney World costs $665, compared to $449 at Disneyland. Add park hopper privileges and you are looking at $757 for Disney World versus $564 for Disneyland. Think about value when you compare the two. Here is something crucial for your planning. Both resorts now use Lightning Lane and Disney Genie Plus systems for skip-the-line access. Individual Lightning Lanes at Disney World range from $10 to $30 per person per attraction, while Genie Plus costs around $30 per person per day. At Disneyland, individual Lightning Lanes are slightly cheaper, typically $7 to $25 per attraction. Factor these costs into your budget because they have become essential for maximizing your park time. The accommodation picture is completely different at each destination. Disney World offers over 25 resort hotels, ranging from value resorts around $150 per night to deluxe villas. Disneyland has just 3 on-property hotels, and they are expensive. The cheapest, Disney's Pixar Place Hotel, runs between $355 and $466 per night. The Grand Californian averages between $584 and $767 per night. However, Disneyland's compact size means you have excellent off-property hotel options that are often closer to the parks than Disney's own hotels. This is practically impossible at Disney World due to its massive size. Food costs have increased at both destinations, with most items going up by about 50 cents. Mickey pretzels now cost $8.49, and a Dole Whip will set you back $5.79. Here's something crucial for Australians though. Both resorts offer mobile ordering through their apps, which is a game changer when you are dealing with unfamiliar quick service dining and potentially jet lag affected decision making. Plus, Disney World guests can use Magic Band Plus technology to streamline park entry, lightning lane access, and even photo capture at select attractions. The weather story is dramatically different between these destinations, and this could significantly impact your vacation experience. Orlando gets over 50 inches of rain each year. If you are visiting Disney World, assume it will rain during your trip. The summer months of June, July, and August are not only the hottest, they are also the rainiest. You will also be visiting during Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June through November, with September particularly active. Here is the thing about Orlando weather though. January might actually be your best bet. It is the least humid time of year, with average highs of 72 degrees and lows of 51 degrees. Yes, it is cooler, but for Australians used to varied weather, this might be more comfortable than Orlando's brutal summer humidity. Anaheim offers a completely different climate story. The city sees just 14 inches of rain annually, well below the United States average. The weather is moderate year-round, with less humidity. It rarely rains except during winter months. For many Australians, California's climate feels more familiar and more manageable. The best time to visit from Australia is not just about weather, it is about aligning with school holidays and finding the sweet spot between crowds and costs. September and October emerge as the ideal window for Australian families. US schools are back in session, which means lower crowds. Airfares from Australia are significantly better than the expensive January peak season. The weather in California is perfect in September, and Florida is moving out of its brutal summer heat and humidity. This timing also lets you experience some unique seasonal offerings. At Disney World, you can catch Epcot's Food and Wine Festival and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. At Disneyland, you'll enjoy perfect weather and manageable crowds. For many Australian families planning a once-in-a-lifetime trip, it is worth noting that Universal Orlando and its new Epic Universe Park, opening in 2025, are also in Florida. If you are considering the broader Orlando theme park experience, this adds another layer to the Disney World versus Disneyland decision. Here is something most Australians do not consider. The visa requirements are identical for both destinations because they are both in the United States. You will need an ISTE. It carries a fee and it is valid for 2 years. The process is the same whether you are heading to California or Florida, so this should not factor into your decision. However, the logistics once you arrive are vastly different. At Disneyland, everything is within walking distance. You can stroll between the parks, hotels, and downtown Disney without any transportation planning. At Disney World, every movement requires strategic planning. Do you take the monorail, the bus, the boat, or the Skyliner? This complexity can be overwhelming for first-time visitors, but it is magical for those who embrace the full Disney World experience. The attraction lineups tell very different stories about what each destination prioritizes. Disneyland focuses on classic Disney experiences refined to perfection. Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, and Space Mountain are considered superior to their Florida counterparts by many Disney enthusiasts. You will find classic dark rides like Alice in Wonderland, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and Pinocchio's Daring Journey that simply do not exist at Disney World. Disneyland also offers some unique modern experiences. Avengers Campus is the only Marvel-themed area in any US Disney park. World of Color incorporates over 1,200 dancing fountains, shooting water 200 feet into the air with high-definition projections onto mist screens. Cars Land is widely considered one of Disney's most immersive themed environments. Disney World counters with experiences you literally cannot get anywhere else. The entire Animal Kingdom park has no equivalent at Disneyland. Epcot's World Showcase allows you to travel around the world without leaving Florida. Pandora World of Avatar brings James Cameron's alien world to life. New attractions like Tron Light Cycle Run and Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind represent cutting-edge theme park technology. There is something particularly exciting happening right now at both destinations. For the first time in nearly a decade, both Disneyland and Magic Kingdom have night parades. Paint the Night returned to Disneyland for its 70th anniversary, while Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away debuted at Magic Kingdom. These parades represent Disney returning to one of its most beloved traditions. Here is something that might resonate with Australian families. Bluey is officially coming to Disney World in summer 2026. You will be able to meet Bluey and Bingo at Conservation Station in Animal Kingdom, where you can also learn about animals native to Australia. It is a nice touch of home in the middle of your American Disney adventure. The future development pipelines reveal each resort's strategic direction. Disney World is going big with entire new themed areas. A Villain's Land is in development, featuring Disney's first suspended roller coaster in a new Monsters, Inc. land. They are replacing Tom Sawyer Island with a Cars-themed area called Piston Peak National Park. An Indiana Jones attraction is coming to Animal Kingdom with a completely new storyline. Disneyland is being more selective with its additions, focusing on high-quality experiences rather than massive expansions. A new Avatar destination inspired by the Way of Water is coming to Disney California Adventure, bringing Pandora to life in a completely different way than Disney World's version. The crowd demographics create distinctly different atmospheres. More than 50% of Disneyland's visitors are California residents with annual passes. This creates a more local feel, with higher crowds on weekends and after work hours. Midweek visits offer the best experience. Disney World attracts visitors from around the world, with a much higher percentage of tourists. The resort feels more like a destination vacation rather than a local entertainment option. This international mix can be part of the magic for Australian visitors, because you are sharing the experience with families from everywhere. For Australian families, the accommodation strategy differs dramatically between destinations. Disney World's variety of price points means you can find something within most budgets, from value resorts to Disney Vacation Club villas. The transportation system means you do not need to stay directly next to the parks. At Disneyland, the limited on-property options are expensive, but the compact geography means excellent off-property hotels are often closer to the action. You might find yourself walking to the parks from a nearby hotel faster than Disney World guests can catch a bus from their resort. Some Australian families also consider combining their Disney World trip with a Disney Cruise Line vacation, sailing to the Caribbean or the Bahamas. This option is not available from the West Coast, making it another unique advantage of choosing the Florida destination. Here is the bottom line for Australian families making this choice. It comes down to what type of vacation experience you want and how much time you have. Choose Disneyland if you want a manageable, concentrated Disney experience. The shorter travel time means more vacation and less recovery time. 4 days gives you a complete experience. The weather is more predictable and comfortable. You can easily combine it with other Southern California attractions. The beaches are 20 miles away. Universal Studios Hollywood is 90 minutes away. And you are in the heart of Los Angeles entertainment culture. Disneyland offers the romance of experiencing Walt Disney's original vision. This is the park he walked through, the attractions he personally oversaw, the Main Street USA he designed. There is something special about experiencing Disney magic in its birthplace. Choose Disney World if you want the full Disney universe experience. You need at least a week to truly experience everything, but you will have memories that last a lifetime. The variety is unmatched. 4 theme parks, 2 water parks, over 25 resort hotels, and experiences you cannot get anywhere else on Earth. Disney World is where Disney pushes the boundaries of what is possible. The newest attractions represent the cutting edge of theme park technology. The resort size allows for experiences like the Animal Kingdom's African Safari or Epcot's Journey Around the World that simply could not exist in Disneyland's compact footprint. The truth is, there is no wrong choice here. Both destinations offer magic, but they offer different kinds of magic. Disneyland provides intimate, refined Disney storytelling in a manageable package. Disney World offers the full Disney lifestyle experience where you never have to leave the bubble of magic. For many Australian families, the decision comes down to practical considerations: available vacation time, budget, and tolerance for complexity. Disneyland rewards spontaneity and simplicity. Disney World rewards planning and embraces controlled chaos. Whatever you choose, you are about to experience something that millions of Australians have dreamed about since childhood. Whether it is walking through Walt's original Magic Kingdom or exploring the vast universe of Disney World, you are about to discover why Disney parks continue to capture imaginations around the world. The magic is real at both destinations. It just expresses itself in beautifully different ways.